to talk about and plenty to do. So get the gossip, get the scoop, and tune right into the editorial to keep you in the loop. It's the Eddytorial, a Wichita by EB podcast.
How's it going? Welcome to another edition of the Eddytorial, a Wichita by EB podcast. Today's guest is someone I've known, since I was maybe 8, 9, 10 years old or something like that. A lot of you guys know her as well. She is Kristin Knebel, owner of Ty's Diner.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. And my co-host for today, it's I don't know if fan favorite's the right word.
I think so.
You think so?
Yeah.
It's, the Kansas Gastronomist.
What's going on, Eddie?
How's it going? Okay, Kristin, you want to do a quick intro of yourself?
So, my name is Kristin Knebel, and I have owned Ty's Diner for a little under 12 years now. I worked here for about 4 years before I bought the place, and I've seen a lot of fun stuff happen here. I love this place. I love doing what I do, and I wouldn't trade it for the world. So,
Were you born here in Wichita or?
no, I was born in Topeka, but I've been here since 1988. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Because Chris and I went to the same grade school together.
You did?
Yeah, she's 2 years younger than I
Yes,
was, and then-
uh-huh.
and her brother was my age.
And
So,
they hung out. They
yeah.
were friends. I remember you being over at my house
Yeah.
as a child, and I remember y'all playing football in
Yeah.
the front yard, and your smashing pumpkin
Yeah,
shirt
her-
got torn from the concert.
I
okay.
switched schools in '88 actually.
Oh, yeah.
So that's when I moved to the same school, and the her brother was like one of my first grade school friends when I switched schools, and I just remember spending time at our parents' house over. Was it Kellogg and was it Morris or
It was on Clay.
Clay?
Mhm.
Clay's the next street over. Okay, yeah.
Yep.
So known each other in high school,
Mhm.
obviously, and then it's crazy because I think I saw in the news when you took it over. I'm like, I think I know her.
She
Yeah.
looks familiar.
Super familiar. And then I put two and two together. So yeah, it's when you took over Ty's Diner in
2012.
2012.
2012. So,
Yeah.
but you said you moved here in 88?
Uh-huh.
Okay, so what did you do before? You did the 4 years working here before you took it over in 2012.
So before that, I was at the Beacon down at Douglas and
Oh.
Washington for, a couple years, probably 6 years.
Okay.
Before that, I was a little cake girl at the Crown Uptown. I was the girl that walked around and sold cake, and I got a quarter for every piece of cake I sold. That was sweet.
Nice. So were you like an independent contractor? Wait, you said you got a quarter for each piece of cake?
No, it was like a commission. I worked there.
Okay.
Yeah. Like you'd just walk around with a cake cart, and they paid you, minimum wage, which was nothing, and still is nothing. But to influence you to push the dessert, you'd get a quarter for every piece you sold.
So you
It's a
probably
big
got
deal.
to see a lot of cool shows and.
Oh yeah. Oh, it was awesome. I worked there for about 4 years. I loved it. I did theater growing up in high school, so it was like perfect.
Really? What theater did you in the high school?
I did. Yeah.
Or
I did back behind the scenes.
okay.
I did some
We-
stage managing and props and building and.
Were you never on stage for a show or anything?
No, God, no. Which is ironic considering what I do now. But
Yeah.
I was terrified. I never had any desire to do that at all.
I was in 2 plays at Capon.
Yeah.
Damn Yankees.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, Damn Yankees and Beggar's Opera. That was,
Okay.
that was my freshman year. So I had one line in each show.
Okay.
Look at
Yeah,
you.
I know. And then that was my acting career.
I've done a little bit of on stage.
Yeah.
I can't reveal
Yeah.
what it would be because it would be too much information.
Yeah.
It would say who I am.
Yeah.
So, but I did have a fairly significant role in a couple of those
Really?
shows.
You were a big deal.
I once was. I am no more.
Well, that's fair.
I now act as a blogger. Like
Yes.
people buy into this shit. It's crazy. so Kristin, so you've been in the, I guess, restaurant industry for
I mean,
what,
pretty much my whole life.
20
I mean,
years or so?
Yeah. Yeah.
So walk me through the process of purchasing Ty's.
So, like I said, I started here in 2008 and worked for a guy that was wanting to sell it, but he wanted to sell the business in the building. And the building was so dilapidated at that point. I was like, well, I don't think I can do that. But then a couple came in from California and did purchase the business and the building, and they put in a new HVAC unit, and they put in new carpet and new booths and did like all this renovations. And like 6 weeks after they were in this place, they were like, I hate this. I want to go home. There's a lot of money to spend to decide you don't want to do something anymore. Anyway, so with some help from the couple from California and my parents, and a little bit myself, because I didn't have a lot of money. I was waiting tables. I put a down payment down on the place and slowly paid the old owner back over the years. He was super awesome. He gave me an interest-free loan. I mean,
Mhm.
just he really helped it so that this would be possible. And then it's just been that from there. So
And for those people who have never heard of Ty's Diner or been here, this is how old is the restaurant?
71 years.
Wow.
We opened up in 1953.
Wow.
Kenny Tyson opened us up, and
And
And-
you're. Go ahead. Sorry.
How many owners has it been?
I'm the seventh.
7.
Yeah.
Will you be the last owner?
Oh, if I can get one of my kids to take over,
Yeah.
then yeah. No, we'd like it to keep going
Yeah.
past us. I'm really It's an institution, so as long as we can keep going, that's what we're looking for.
Has it been Ty's Diner the
Mhm.
whole the name the
Mhm.
whole time?
Yep.
And was the original owner Ty?
Kenny
or?
Tyson, and
Kenny
though they called
Tyson.
him Ty.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Is it this location?
Mm-hmm. It's always been here.
Do you know where it ranks on like the oldest restaurants in town, roughly?
I'm in Denise Neal's book, so
Yeah.
let's see. And I don't know if she has like an actual list, but there's only a couple that are older than us. Livingston's,
Yeah.
Town and
What-
Country was, now they're gone.
Well, I think I've read the book, and Ty's is one of the oldest that's been in the same location.
Well, and it has been opened up consistently.
Yeah.
Some of those places closed down for a number of years. and came
Livingston's changed
back.
places.
Mhm.
Old Mill Tasty Shop has changed locations,
And
I
they're
believe.
I
older
didn't
than
know
us, but
that.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
I think so.
I don't.
Yeah.
I'm not
No,
sure
I
about
just
that
didn't
one.
know.
I
Yeah.
I could just be making that up.
I
I might
look.
fact check it. and if
Savoots
I'm
has
wrong,
been there
I'm
the
taking
whole
that.
time, right? Savoots has been where it's at the whole time. Is that right?
I don't know.
But those, I mean, yeah, you're. I mean, one of 4 or 5.
One of a handful.
whatever.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So, let's talk about the food. This is, I think, for me, I think I did like a burger deal years ago.
You did. I remember when you came in. I could even
Yeah.
tell you where
I was
you were
sitting over
sitting.
there in the corner,
yeah.
with my
'Cause
friend. I
I
brought
have that
I brought my. I think I was with.
Photogenic memory. There
yeah.
were 5 of you, I think.
Yeah, I was,
And you split 2 burgers or something like that, and I made fun of you guys.
well, that's I went to
It-
I went to TJ's that same day.
I know you did that. Oh.
How many burgers did you have that day?
Just 2 that day, but I did 30 burgers in roughly 60 days.
Oh, I remember that too.
It was brutal.
Yeah.
It sucked. I didn't eat a burger for probably a solid 7, 8, 9 months.
So just to be clear, you were made fun of when you came here and ate burgers, and
I split. I split a burger.
yeah, and I was made fun of for this basically the same
Are
thing.
you
I don't-
noticing a pattern?
But
I-
but
I
remember,
am.
I went to another place before that.
Hey, I try to eat light for lunch, so I can get some
Speaking
work
of eating
done.
light, so there is a burger here named after a local food blogger, Fert the Foodie. It's called the Fert Burger,
Yeah.
and that is what exactly?
That is a triple cheeseburger with everything that we possibly could put on. Then there's mustard, lettuce, pickle, raw onions, tomatoes, grilled onions, bacon, jalapenos, and mushrooms.
Yeah. You hear that background noise?
There might be something going on? Front thing?
Okay. Yeah, we're filming on site at Ty's actually. So if you guys hear background noise, I don't know what it is.
I think it's
Oh,
dishwasher. Or something.
dishwasher.
I think it might be the fridge or something's going on.
You guys don't have a
I don't
ghost in here, do you?
know. Well, yeah, Kenny.
71 years.
You don't even
Seven-
want to
yeah.
know. I've had some weird stuff happen in here.
Really?
Yeah, like when I'm here by myself, things will be moving that shouldn't be moving, and
During the day?
at night usually.
Okay.
You're fine. It's
I'm
still
good.
light out. Yeah.
For those who haven't been to Ty's, would you kind of describe it? I mean, when I look around, it looks old school. And
Oh, yeah.
I assume this has been not just, hey, you haven't updated or anything like that, but it's an intention of having it look like an old school diner.
Well, this is absolutely by design. We really want people when they walk in the door to feel like they're almost stepping back in time, and especially for a lot of people in Wichita. I mean, this is a haunt that they've been going to since they were a kid. So it's just we want to kind of keep that, and we want those people to have that memory, and then in turn, they want to bring their kids, and then when the time comes, they want to bring their grandkids, and that's how we keep the business going. So yeah, this is definitely intentional to have it look like this.
So kind of going back before the background noise came on. It's still there. It's okay. The Fert Burger.
Yeah,
It is a how many patties?
3.
3.
Yeah.
And I came in with TKG,
Mm-hmm.
Fert, and
Significantly,
significantly
spicy.
spicy. And I think only 3 of the 4 finished the burger.
They did.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Who didn't?
I think it was TKG. So
Oh. How
Well,
about
and I
that?
mean, if I remember right, you put half of it in the to-go box, and then significantly spicy took it home, or did he just carry it out for you?
She called me out on social
yeah,
media.
you deservedly so.
Well, I don't feel that's true. I mean,
No, I was here. I watched it. It's totally true.
But I messaged Kristin earlier. I was like, could you make like a small little White Castle sized burger.
Uh-huh.
Call it the TKG or something like that.
Yeah. What did she say?
It could be on special. I didn't even
Yeah.
respond back. That's
Yeah.
how much.
That's how
That's how much
interested
That's how-
you
thought
are.
it would. Yeah.
That's how
no.
embarrassing it is.
Yeah.
No.
If you do that, I will come and eat it.
Just okay. That's fair.
So
I mean, I can't even like offer you a smaller burger because our kids' burger is the same size. You know.
cut
I
one,
don't have
just cut it in
nothing
half.
for you.
Do all of your burgers come with the knife?
No, just the ultimate and the man up and the fur. Because there's so much stuff on it that if we cut it in half, it'll fall over.
I love that design. I was
Yeah.
and I mean I didn't prepare as much as I should, but in preparing for this recording session, I was just looking online at some different things and saw quite a few photos of different burgers here with the knife in it, not just the fur, but
They get all excited and then, they take pictures and post it on there. But it's
Mhm.
usually those bigger burgers that they put on there. So
is that a tradition? Is that something that you guys came up with? I mean, it
Yeah,
makes
that's
sense,
new.
but
Yeah, that's new-ish. It's probably 6 or 7 years old.
Okay.
Besides the fur,
mhm,
which, yeah.
mhm. How did the Fert Burger come to be?
Honestly, okay, so I know that Fert has a lot of followers.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes in here pretty regularly and eats, but he'd always add an extra patty. And I joked with him one day, I'm going to make the Fert Burger. And then I went home and thought about it. I was like, man, that could gain a lot of traction. I could get a lot of free advertising out of putting this burger on my menu.
Mhm.
No offense, Fert. That's really, I love you. But also, yeah, I was thinking about me. And so I put it on there, and it did. It went over huge. It was awesome. And the reach that I got out of just, putting one more burger on there was phenomenal. So I'm
imagine
totally
the
with
reach
it.
you can get from a TKG burger.
Yeah.
You might be
I
like
would-
5
like,
kids come in.
Dude, 7 maybe.
Yeah.
I mean, let's be honest.
Oh no, there'd be some little old men like me that would want to come in and just have a light lunch,
Sure, yeah. Oh, that's true.
something small that they can go back to,
So, are you suggesting I make a senior menu?
yeah,
Like a senior section
yeah.
and put your burger
If
on
you
there?
think about
Yeah.
it, how many burger places in town have a senior
That's
menu?
true. That's
This could be
true.
revolutionary for Wichita.
We're coming up with ideas galore right here.
So another thing I want to ask is the hours. So Station 8, not too far from here, they get a lot of slack for their hours. And it's Wednesday through
No, they're the
Sunday.
exact same
Yeah.
as we are. They're Tuesday through
And
Saturday.
have you
11 to
guys ever
2:30.
gotten?
I can't get in there. I'm always
Yeah.
open.
So do you ever get slack for your hours?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. And I mean, people are going to think what they want to think.
Yeah.
I'm not going to change the hours. There's nothing wrong
Yeah.
with the hours. I put 8 hours worth of business in 3.5.
Mm-hmm.
So, it's a good model. It fits. It works.
Yeah.
How long ago did you change to
It's-
just lunch?
It's always been. I mean,
Yeah.
as far as I know, I started coming here in the 90s, and it was like that then.
Okay,
So
so
I
it's
have no
for a
idea.
long time.
It's been like that for quite a while. yeah.
Tuesday through Sunday, 11 to 2:30.
Because I was
They're
reading.
open on Sunday?
Oh, sorry.
Oh, you
I
got me all
can't.
excited.
I don't know how to read. Tuesday through Saturday, 11 a.m. to 2:30.
That was rude.
Closed on Sunday and Monday.
Yeah. I was reading somewhere that at one point that Ty's did have some breakfast items. Maybe that
Back
was
in the 80s, they did. Yeah, it was like
Okay.
they did like a Saturday breakfast thing, and that was it went over really well for them. But I'm just not interested in that. I've got 4 kids. This schedule allows me to get them to school and then
Sure.
come and work, and then I'm done by the time that I need to go get them from pick them up. It's perfect. So
What other popular items are on the menu besides burgers?
at this point, that's about it. We really shaved
chili.
a lot of stuff off. Oh, our chili is phenomenal. It's only on in the wintertime, but
Mhm.
BLT people like. We shaved a lot of food items off during COVID
Yeah.
because a lot of stuff was hard to find.
Mm-hmm.
And then I found that people were kind of upset with it, but they also didn't miss it that much. And it's
Yeah.
really easy for me to just have it, the main focus be burgers.
Yeah.
So,
What was the reaction when you started shaving things off? Were people understandable about that? Or
no, people were mad. People,
People
it was
can be
COVID
assholes,
though.
yeah.
People were mad about everything.
Yes.
It didn't
Mhm.
matter. Like that was literally the longest year of owning this restaurant. It felt like 20 years. It was terrible.
did you close down for
We closed
how
down
long?
for 6 weeks. And when we came back, people were yucky. Nobody wanted,
Mhm.
we didn't want to follow social distancing.
Yeah.
They wanted us to open all the booths back up. They wanted, and then when the mask mandate came, holy shit. Oh my God. I'd never, we had the cops out here once because this guy got so mad that he had to wear a mask and he refused to leave. I've got letters underneath the desk there that people wrote me anonymously about what a horrible person I was and how they
Yeah.
were never going to come back to my
Yeah.
restaurant because I asked them to put a mask on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, just don't come. I mean, it was.
I remember when you did the cookout.
Oh, the ties to go.
Yeah, or no, was it your mom's house?
No, it was at my house.
Was it your house? Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, we picked up the burgers. I
Yeah.
remember I ordered a bunch of them, and
Yeah.
was that during COVID?
That was right. Yeah. It was
Wait,
like a
for
fundraiser.
people like myself, I don't remember this. So what happened?
Okay,
exactly?
so just on my personal Facebook page, I put out kind of a call for help because I mean we'd been without work and still paying our employees, you know, 'cause we felt like that was the right thing to do. They
Yeah.
didn't choose to not be in work. Anyway, so I sent out a little invite. I think it was like on a Sunday afternoon, and you would message me your order, and we had a Blackstone grill, and we just stood out there and got a bunch of meat from the place we get our meat from here. And cooked everyone food, and they would drive up to the driveway and put their donation in and get their food and go. And it was
That's cool.
it was awesome. Yeah.
It was
Quite a
a-
few people.
Well, yeah, it was people that I knew personally. So, but a lot of my
Mhm.
customers I know personally. So,
hmm
but yeah, it kept us going until we could get back open. It was perfect.
So were you doing that for the entire 6 week?
Nope, one day.
Okay, just that one day.
Yeah, yeah.
So the 6 weeks that you said that you were closed, were you doing to go or it was just
no,
closed?
we didn't do anything.
D-
This food doesn't travel well.
Sure.
I hate when people make to go orders. I mean, I love you if you make it to go order, but like the fries get soggy.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's a fair representation of our
Mhm.
food. I'd really rather you eat it here. So,
Mhm.
and I didn't want people that had never been to Ties all of a sudden be bored and we're out in
Mhm.
COVID and we can come and check it out. And it's like, oh, that was only okay. And it's like, no. So
Mhm.
we just shut down completely. It wasn't worth it. So,
Fair enough.
yeah.
What was I gonna say? So the chili. Have you had the chili?
I have had the chili.
I remember
Actually,
you sat right there.
how do you remember that?
I have no idea. I remember so many minuscule things that I
Yeah.
should never,
You didn't know who I was though at the time.
No.
I know
no,
you didn't.
No.
Yeah.
I was nice to you.
Yeah. No.
I didn't
Absolutely.
give you any flack.
I-
She does give people a hard time though sometimes.
It's because like Eddie, I just try to walk in and I mean,
You stood out though because that was like a really strange order for somebody to just walk in and just want a cup of chili with nothing on it and like
yeah.
and like you're like
Kids
cup
chili.
of chili and I'm
Yeah.
like, hi, wait a minute, I'm busy. But I got your chili real quick and you ate it and you were just like gone like the wind. It was
Yeah.
you kind of stood out in that way. So
Well, so I came and did the chili
Yeah.
tour, and the reason I didn't want anything on it is because with a little bit of experience, you start to realize you got to keep it consistent
Oh,
with all
that's
the other
fair.
People are
chilies and
doctoring
all the
things.
different places. Like for example, I love Jumbo's chili,
mm-hmm.
but if it comes fully loaded, it comes with all this nacho cheese, and then you're like, so I just get used to saying, hey, nothing on the chili, plain chili. But I refresh my memory, and I think I gave 3 out of 4 categories. I gave 5s to flavor,
Yes.
consistency.
The uniqueness is what got us. 'Cause
yeah,
it's just
it-
it is run of the mill.
It's
chili.
diner chili.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
I
meant to be,
mean,
yeah.
if it came out, in a ham basket or something, yeah. But no, it was fantastic. I love it.
It is really good.
And then
chili.
since then, I've had your chili fries,
Oh,
which
yeah.
are fantastic.
Yeah,
Absolutely. You've had the
good.
chili, haven't you?
Yes, it has beans in it.
Yes.
it does.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Are you not a bean?
I,
Are you
I-
not
I-
into
I
beans?
do not like beans in my chili. I like the flavor of it. Like when I was eating, I remember I was sitting like this booth
Right
over
there, you
here.
were
Yeah,
sitting right there.
and I ordered the chili, and like I'd kind of move the beans to the side and just, eat the meat and the sauce,
Uh-huh.
and that's what I do. Yeah, I just at home we do a lot of beans in the chili because that's how the kids like it.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to suffer through it.
Yeah, I think I remember you telling me that. I love beans or no beans. I can
Yeah.
do either.
Yeah.
Honestly.
So you have always been like this. How should I say it? You have a take no shit personality.
Yes, that's true.
I love that about you. It's almost like I don't know if this is a compliment or what, like a female bomber burger type.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm not that
Yeah,
crass.
not that crass
on,
or crazy,
man.
but I enjoy it. Like
Yeah.
if someone comes in and treats you like shit or is like mean to someone, then you'll step up and put your foot down. And
Well, it's really hard being a female business owner. I tell you what, I
Yeah.
didn't used to always be that way, but like after a while, I realized, man, I don't really have to answer to anybody, and I don't need to take this
Yeah.
shit. And I mean, a lot of times people would give me shit just because I was a woman, and it's
Yeah.
like, well, I'm not playing that game.
yeah,
So,
we have an additional guest that just joined us.
so this is my favorite cashier, Jacona, who, if you've been in the diner, you've been, you've got to witness her silly antics on the regular, and she, we kind of fuel each other sometimes. It's not always like, well, We have a good time.
We do have a good time.
Yeah.
How long you been
so-
with Ties?
A little over a year.
Yeah.
But I've been in the restaurant industry for over 20.
What's the connection? Just
So, okay, restaurant owners, we all know each other, and I was looking for a cashier, and my girlfriend at Fusion, who you used to work with sometimes,
Shannon?
yeah. Was like, well, I've got this girl who doesn't want to work that much, and I'm like, well, sweet, I've got a job where you don't have to work that many hours, so.
But I get to come in and banter all the customers around here, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
fun.
give them a hard time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But
it's
they
great.
love it.
Yeah, you get stories.
I got a lot of them.
What's the first one comes to mind? Has
don't
anybody
let me
been
think
like
about
overly rude to you? You're like, what the hell?
Oh, just Saturday, but that was me, not you.
No, not really.
Kristen,
Really?
what happened to you, Kristen?
What happened with you?
Oh, the to-go order lady. Oh my gosh, I hope she hears this. So this lady calls in a to-go order on the phone, and we were busy. It's Saturday. And my Saturday cashier had set the phone down on the register and then went to go. She was like, hold on just a second, and then went to go do something. And then I came to ring somebody out, and after I ring somebody out, I always tidy up the register. I saw the phone sitting there, so I was like, I'm going to put the phone back, and I hung the phone back up in the cradle. And she calls right back, and she's like, are you going to take my to-go order, or are you just too busy for me? And just starts ripping my ass. And I'm like, hey, hi. I didn't know somebody was on the phone. I apologize. I'm so sorry. And she's like, well, I've been sitting on a phone for 10 minutes, and I've heard you be doing other things and cashing people out and talking to people and having a good old time and not taking my order. Reamed me. And I was like, hey, this is the owner. Calm down. And she's like, I know who you are, and you know who I am.
Oh,
I do
wow.
to-go orders all the time. I was like, yeah, I know who you are, lady, who I'm not going to name, and you're welcome. So I did end up taking her order, but by the time that she got here, I'd had time to think about it. I was like, man, I didn't really like that. And I can't believe that you would talk to anybody like that, first off, but especially to me. And then I really got to thinking, we've got my barkeeper is what I call her. She's my right-hand lady. She keeps me in check. Her name's Amber, but she's autistic. And all I could think about was, what would have happened if Amber answered the phone and this lady just went off on her like that? So she
Yeah.
came in, and I said, hey, lady whose name I'm not going to say on here, here's your food. And she goes, oh, you don't have to give it to me. And I said, no, wait, there's more. I said, I'm not going to take your money. I said, but you also can't come back anymore. You can't do
Oh,
to-go orders
wow.
anymore. And
Yeah.
she goes, I wasn't even that rude.
Wow.
So-
Good
Well,
for
she'd
you.
only been on
Yeah.
the phone for 4
No,
minutes.
well, when I checked, because I can check on my caller ID how long you've been sitting there. She
Yeah.
waited less than 4 minutes from that first phone call to the second phone call when she lost
Yeah.
her shit on me. And it's like, oh,
Wow.
we're not going to do that.
It's crazy 'cause
So-
I've seen a lot of restaurants be given a hard time because they don't answer the phone. And I think people just don't realize that there are times restaurants are just flat out busy.
I just can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like Buster's Burger Joint. Like there are times they turn the phone off.
I
and
don't
they
blame
get,
it at
yeah.
all. I used to do that when I was super busy and short staff. I'd put that phone and just beep, beep, beep. I just can't do it. I just couldn't handle it.
So if someone ever, people you kick out and you're like, you can't come back in, is there ever like something they could do to earn back your forgiveness and where you're like, you can come back?
There's been one guy, and I probably unfairly kicked him out. I kicked him out because of his granddaughter,
Yeah.
who's a grown woman. This is an older gentleman. And his granddaughter was like super yucky rude to me and started yelling
wow.
at me. Well, yeah, whole story. Anyway, so I was like, you know what? Your whole family can't come back. Just y'all kick rocks.
Yeah.
And he came in again, and I was like, no, dude, you can't come
Yeah.
back. And he left, and then he came back again, like later in the day. He's like, I just want to talk to you. He's like, I'm sorry that happened, and you're right. I should have said something to her, and I should have stopped her, and I didn't, and I apologize. He says, but I've been eating here since the 70s, and I really want to come back in
Oh,
and
wow.
eat. And I was like, okay, I might have overreacted. I'll let you come back in.
So a sincere apology, a honest, authentic, conversation.
Yeah.
That's human nature,
Well, yeah.
sometimes.
I mean,
It's
I
all
can
about
forgive,
communication.
Yeah.
but yeah.
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 Like I'm the same way, there's people who have burned me over the years, or people like hate on me or whatever, and I'm willing to mend fences with anybody
Yeah.
if everybody's heart's in the right spot.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, because I'm getting too old for the drama,
Yeah.
and some seems to come my way every now and then, but at the end of the day, I'm like, why? Why
Oh,
are we
yeah.
doing this?
Have you been banned from any restaurants, Eddie?
Oh.
Never.
Never.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I've been
That's
kicked out of bars in my 20s,
That's
Yeah.
but
fair.
I was welcome back later on because I never did anything.
Like the next day.
Yeah, I
go
can come in
home.
the next day, but they're like, okay, you gotta go home. You can't be dancing on the tables right now.
Yeah.
Sober up.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever been kicked out, but I have been told you shouldn't come in
Oh.
because the last place should have been the last place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've all
Definitely.
I
been
need
there.
some more context.
Oh,
on that.
just,
What
I
Drinking
was
too much.
3 sheets to the
Yeah.
wind. I needed to go
like at a
home.
bar.
They could tell, like,
Yeah.
hey, this guy should probably go home and go to
Yeah.
sleep rather than continue the night.
That's life, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
So Jacona worked at Heroes for.
Oh,
Have
when?
So you probably have seen that.
When'd you
Not
work,
me, by
I
the
may have
way. That
kicked
didn't
you
happen to
out.
me at Heroes.
When'd you work at Heroes?
Oh, 98 to
Okay.
06.
Oh my gosh, that was like my prime Heroes time frame.
Oh,
The good old days.
Yeah.
But
Yes, 100%.
Mm.
I was never kicked out of Heroes though.
yeah.
That's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. And I got pretty inebriated there, but
Heroes had the I don't know if stage, but like there in
Yeah,
the middle,
middle,
right?
yep,
Y-
mhm.
That sometimes became a stage.
yeah, they like the
Yeah.
DJ play like I think like the Hitman play there sometimes and just
Mhm.
yeah.
yeah, we had some good times back
Oh
then.
yeah, it was a lot of fun then.
Good
Okay,
crew.
back to ties. So you cook burgers all day. Do you eat here quite a bit, or
Oh
are
my
you,
gosh. Every day almost something. Yeah.
where do you go out for dinners? Do you eat at home? Do you go other restaurants? Or-
Oh,
just-
we eat out probably probably about 2 times a week.
yeah. Any favorites?
Oh, let's see. I tried Amore. Have you tried them?
I'd have the Italian restaurant on
I
21st
really liked
Street.
it, but so we live in Derby.
Okay,
so
which is
we
the
got-
Derby
yeah,
location.
Yeah,
Mhm.
we're Durbonians.
No, okay. Both of y'all? Okay.
Yeah. So I went to the one on Rock Road, and it was really good. I
Yeah.
really liked it. We like La Hacienda,
The one in Derby as well.
the Derby location.
Yeah.
Trying to pimp out some.
Did you ever
Derby
go to
businesses.
Sharon's place in Derby?
Loved it. Actually, I
Um,
did not live there when they were
yeah.
there, but I would drive down to Derby
That was awesome.
to go get
yeah.
their food, and I was so sad when she closed. And I've not been to the Peaceful Packator.
Have you been to Pizza John's?
Oh my
Yeah.
lord! I Pizza John's like
One of my favorite
that's our,
pizzas.
well, they
the
deliver to
seasoning.
our house now. Do you
Oh,
know
they
how
do?
awesome that is? That's
Wonder-
dangerous.
How far do they deliver? Do you know?
Not to you.
Do they deliver? I didn't even know that.
Yeah,
they
if you live
delivered.
in Derby, if you live like
Okay.
in a certain area, yeah, and
Okay.
we're like in the area, they deliver to you. Yeah.
Yep, I pick up.
Do you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I pay them like $3 to come on down to my door. That's
Oh.
great.
I've never been a big fan of delivery. I'm too cheap.
Really?
Like
no, but
I'll
they only
tip.
charge like
I'll
$3.80.
tip out. For me, it's the principle. I don't know why. Like I'll tip very well. I'll pay for whatever price for food, but delivery, I'm like I gotta draw the line there.
See,
I'll
no,
go
I
pick it
won't
up.
do any of the Grubhub or the
Yeah.
Uber
the
Eats.
whatnots. I hate.
Mhm.
I hate.
Don't get
those
me wrong. I'll do it
services.
every now and then,
No.
but I try to avoid.
See, no,
Yeah.
I've never done that. And the one thing I do make an exception for is pizza. So.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't mind using DoorDash or Uber or whatever as far as paying for it. My problem is if I am going to do it to go or get something that I'm not eating at the restaurant, I want the control of having it as hot as quick as
Yeah.
possible. So one of the things I do is whenever I get to go food in Wichita is I will almost always close out before I even get my food, so that like the second it's handed to me, I'm out the door. Kind of like you were talking about earlier, like I'm just gone.
Yeah.
Like I want to get out so I can try that food out.
Yeah.
And you see Uber and DoorDash Eats or Uber Eats and DoorDash meals that are just sitting there waiting
oh, like the
for
whole
the
time you're in the
drivers.
place, yeah.
And I'm like, it's sitting there 10, 15 minutes.
And then it gets in
then-
the car.
Then it gets in the car to head there, and I'm just like, I don't know.
No.
It's like eating leftovers by the
Yeah.
time it gets to you. Yeah.
I went and picked up to go order from a local wing restaurant, and I remember I got there, and I called the order in, and I arrived, and I'm just sitting at the hostess counter, and it was like 5-6 minutes go by. I'm like, I wonder if everybody's here. And I could
Oh.
see people go around, and then I stand there another couple minutes, probably 10 minutes, and then someone eventually comes up to me. He's like, "Oh, hi." I'm like, "Yeah, I'm here to pick up a to-go order." And she looks at the counter, like right next to her, and it's like right there. So I was like, I was probably sitting there for maybe 10, 15, 20 minutes, and then got home, the wings were dry, and I was like, this is why I just like to dine in.
Yep.
That's so
Absolutely.
disappointing. But that's like what I was talking about earlier with the to-go stuff. It's tricky. And I mean, we 95% of the time have it ready when we tell you
Mhm.
it's going to be ready. Our problem on our end is having people show up 15, 20 minutes after the time, and I'm sitting there like,
Yeah.
oh, there's no way that can taste good.
Mhm.
Still, but
So, do you go anywhere else for burgers ever, or is it
not,
just here?
no, I really don't. Yeah, I don't know.
I always like ask other restaurant owners. I'm always like a guy who owns a pizza place. I'm like, do you ever eat pizza anywhere else?
Yeah.
You know, or like a person who owns like a Vietnamese restaurant. I'm like, do you go anywhere else for Vietnamese food? I'm always interested to see like, do they go out and try other things? Just try to see what's going on at those restaurants and whatnot.
No, I think I eat too many burgers here. Like, if I go out to eat somewhere, I don't want a burger. You know
Or
what I
do the
mean?
kids not eat like McDonald's or anything growing
Well,
up?
okay, see.
That's not
we
a
had
burger,
McDonald's on
Eddie.
Tuesday because
Yeah.
we were busy. Yeah, but that's not a burger. That's
Do you get a burger there, or do you get like a
I
McChicken?
I get a burger.
Yeah.
I get all the things on it. It's just
What burger do you get at McDonald's?
I get the number 7, the 2 cheeseburgers, the fry,
Okay.
and the drink.
Used to be the
Every
number
time.
2.
It used to be the number 2.
Yeah, it used to
I
be
know.
number 2.
Yeah.
I was so mad when they changed it because I didn't
What's number 2
realize
now?
this,
'Cause
so
it
I
quarter
just-
pounder?
Yeah, so
Yeah.
found that out the hard way because I just didn't even look at the menu and ordered the number 2 and got out to my car. I was like, what the hell is this? And so.
I forgot they changed that. I always get a Big Mac.
It
So
was-
You love those Big Macs.
I love the Big Macs.
You, Eddie.
Yeah. I used to go. I mean, your brother and I used to go to like, McDonald's back in high school, and I'd get the
Mhm.
Big Mac. There used to be one over on East Kellogg between Webb and Rock Road.
Mm-hmm.
It's now like I don't even know. I don't think it's Denny's. Denny's building's not even there anymore.
No, I
It-
think Denny's is gone.
Yeah, there used to be like a Denny's there. McDonald's used to be a Taco Bell, a gas station. This
There's
is
a whole,
Mhm.
yeah,
It's amazing how different it looks out there.
yeah.
So you guys keep pretty busy here at Ty's, based off of my experience. I mean, is
Yeah.
that true? I mean,
95% of the time, every now and again, we'll have a slow day, but they're pretty few and far between.
that's excellent.
It's awesome, yeah.
What do you?
Attribute it to.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we have really good food, and it's fun here.
And customer relationships
Yeah,
are
we
real
have-
important
We,
here.
we
Kids
have
are
a-
very engaging. I've noticed.
Yeah.
Like everybody, even like
Yeah.
I think last time we came out, were you working
Mhm.
cashier stand? Like you're engaging with everyone and just joshing people. It's just
Well,
yeah.
it makes a place that you want to go back. You feel like you know us,
Yeah.
and we're friends. and-
You mentioned the I guess he was a regular that had been coming here since the 1970s. That initially kicked out and said, "Hey," after he apologized, could come back. So, are there quite a few regulars? I mean, are there people that come here every Tuesday or twice
gosh.
a week? Or
So we have one couple that comes every single day. They're Pat and Joe. They have their own booth. We have a lot of customers. They're here every Tuesday at 11 o'clock, Friday at 11 o'clock, Thursday at 11
Thursday.
o'clock. We
So what
have-
happens
yeah.
if someone sits in their booth and they're already here? Or they
Oh, seriously? So Pat's like 87 years old, and if he walks in and someone's in that booth, they call ahead, and we try
Yeah.
to like get it cleared out for them as
Mhm.
best we can. But like times that we're not, he's this old, rough and tumble, gruff-looking Marine, sweetest man
Yeah.
ever. You'll just stare at him.
yeah.
And I've told him, like, Pat, you can't do that, honey.
Is it the circular booth?
No,
Or
it's
the
this one right
okay.
here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Pat and Joe's on. Okay, I see their name.
It's
That's
like-
cool.
Wait, the names of it?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
How
that's their
long?
booth.
How
yeah.
long did they have to come here for the name to actually get put on there?
Okay, so that's kind of a new thing too. This naming of the booth,
Yeah.
it kind of happened by accident. But he saw that some other booth had been named, and he said, "I feel like I should have a booth in my name." And I said, "Well, go make yourself a sign and
Yeah.
plop it up there." And so that's how that worked. It
So
was
how
pretty
did the
simple.
first one get named?
Okay, so that was this booth actually was the first one was ever named, and this has been the
This-
old owner.
Buddy's booth.
So, Buddy, if you're listening, I love you so much. However, the only reason the old owner put that up is because Buddy is super wealthy and is always very generous. And so
Yeah.
he felt like he needed to make sure that Buddy came back, which wasn't a problem. Buddy's one of those guys that's been coming here since the 70s
Yeah.
too.
Mm-hmm.
So that was basically ass kissing. But the first one that I put up was in memory of somebody that had passed away.
Mhm.
And they would come every Wednesday at 11
Yeah.
o'clock. And so I put on theirs her name. Well, her friend brought it in and put it up there.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how it started. And then it just snowballed. Somebody's like, well, I want a booth. I was like, well, make yourself a sign. I'm too busy to do all this shit. And so they would, and they'd bring them in, and there it is. So, yeah.
That's
We've got
pretty
some
cool.
left, yeah.
Have any famous people come through the doors over the years? Anybody memorable?
Not really, and I'm kind of okay with that.
TKG doesn't count.
Yeah,
Sorry, no
TKG.
offense.
No, it's okay.
No.
Just you guys.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're about as, yeah.
Harrison Ford hasn't swung by, or
No, but man, I tell you what, when I used to work at the Beacon, he would come in, and he was a dick, so I'm not really super.
I never met the guy.
Yeah, you probably
Yeah.
don't want to. Well, and in his defense, all he wanted to do was come in and eat, and people
Yeah.
were just all over him, and so I was never a fan. I
Yeah.
know, weird. So yeah, we have a lot of we have a lot of people from Wichita State come in here. We have some basketball
I
players.
saw
that
that some
come in
baseball
here,
players came in.
and a lot of my baseball players and their coaches come
Yeah.
in a lot. So that's really cool.
That's cool to have the local support.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
that weighs a lot more because
Well,
those
and
people.
that's a twofold. You know, my
Yeah.
husband and I go to the games, and
Mhm.
we support Shocker Athletics.
Yeah.
You're wearing a WSU
I've got
shirt
a
right
WSU
now.
Yeah, so yeah, we're always repping regular pants, no
Checking
WSU
your
pants.
socks.
Oh, I don't have my cool socks on today.
Okay.
Oh.
Did you go to WSU?
did,
or?
yeah.
Okay.
I dropped out.
That's
but
all
I
right.
started.
Okay.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
worked out.
Yeah, absolutely.
So yeah.
So, going back to us, like the haters, like online, do you get a lot of like, how do you treat bad reviews? Like when you see
Oh, I
those,
ignore them.
you do. That's
There's
good.
one review ever that I ever responded to
Mhm.
online, and it was some guy in the middle of COVID that didn't want to wear his
Yeah.
mask, and he was really rude to me. So shocker, I was really rude
Yeah.
back to him, and so he wrote this 1-star review and like totally left out his side of the interaction. So, I wrote back to that one. He caught me at a bad time, and I was like, "Hey, Joe, guess what?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell the rest of the story, and people can decide for themselves what really happened here."
I think that's the thing with like when you're on social media, that everybody tells you to ignore the haters, and like I said, I get a lot of hate, but there are times where you hit your boiling point.
Oh, you just have to, yeah. And it was a particular tumultuous time, like in my personal life and here,
Mhm.
and it was just like, poof, done, and that
Yeah.
felt good. But I really tried not to do
What platform was that on?
that. That was on Google.
Okay. Google
So
review.
yeah, I always like when they do it on Facebook because then usually my customers take care of it for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have to say anything, but like that particular one, I just felt like, man, this is so one-sided. I feel like I need to go ahead and share the rest.
Yeah.
Do you see Ty's Diner evolving or doing any changes in the future?
No, not really. I'm gonna reupholster the booths here soon. That's
Yeah.
about it.
I think I like sometimes when you have like tears in the booth, it just shows a little bit of
Mhm.
character. It's when there's like holes in there.
Yeah,
after,
they're
like,
starting
falling
to
in
be
there.
sad
Yeah.
though. Yeah, it's
Yep.
time.
It's that balance.
Well, and I'm not gonna
Yeah.
do like any of this beautiful back. That'd be hard to get rid
The
of.
red?
So yeah, the red, gold, swirly, shiny stuff is staying. But
When were these installed? The back that we're looking at.
I've seen pictures of these. Like I think I want to say in the 70s.
So it is old school.
This is yeah.
That's cool.
So
That's part of ties. I mean,
Yeah.
you look around here.
well, and it tells you how different things were made back then. Because the fact that this is, I mean, there's you'll see a couple little things, but for the most part, that it's in such good condition.
Mhm.
They just don't make stuff like that anymore.
I'll
so.
say that the lighting makes it hard for bloggers to take pictures sometimes.
I
we
know.
got, we got to bring our own
Fert
natural light. Yeah.
complains about that on the regular, which is why he likes to sit up there by the window.
Yeah,
But
Mm-hmm.
I remember when we wanted to come up here
we
to do
call
the Fert
that
Burger.
atmosphere.
Yeah,
Yes.
he messaged us. He's like, I gotta get there early. I gotta sit at the bar
Yeah.
because the light's better. And I'm like, oh my gosh.
Well,
I'm
and that
like,
cracked me up that day you guys
Yeah.
showed up because then that he's a regular too.
Yeah.
Came and snuck into where you
Mhm.
wanted to be sitting, and I was like, Shannon. I was like, oh.
he started talking to Jeremy about the burger and taking pictures of Jeremy because Jeremy got the
The 6.
6
Yes.
prize. Yeah.
See, and
Yeah.
that's one of my regulars that comes in probably 3-4 times a week.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's here all the time too. So.
What's the most patties you've seen eaten?
Ew, Eaton is what we had 10.
I thought it was 9. Was it 10?
No, he did 10.
Okay.
Shortly after the Fert thing came
Mhm.
out, I had some college kid, and I like to egg people on, shocker.
Yeah.
But I was like, well, I don't know if you can eat 10 patties and a full order of fries. It's on the house,
Yeah.
and he did
Oh
somehow.
my gosh.
He was
And-
younger.
What
Yeah,
what
he
would
was
that
younger.
be weight wise? 10 patties.
10
Or how much is
2.5 pounds.
2.5 pounds?
Yeah,
Of
they're quarter
meat.
pound. That's just meat. That's not all the goodies because it had everything on it. And
Yeah.
plus, I mean, that's like 5 potatoes that he ate on top of it. The full fry is a lot.
So we did Eddie and Fert and I and
Live local.
Live Local did the Whiskey Dicks WD-40 challenge.
Oh yeah.
And I did not quite finish. I came very close. And I very much regretted it. And that was
Didn't you feel miserable?
oh yeah, and
Yeah.
that was a 2-pound burger.
Yeah.
and then a half pound of fries. And I'm not sure if the 2 pound was just the burger or if it included all, like
No,
you
it
said,
was
the
just the
goodies.
burger, I'm sure. That's
But
usually how that
it
goes.
was,
It was
yeah.
miserable.
Oh,
I
I
actually,
bet, ew.
I told the guys, I said, I've got PTSD. I'm never having a burger again.
Yeah, there's a group chat, and they go, we should do this. We should have a food eating challenge on, I forgot what the dish was.
Just the other day.
Yeah, and I'm like, I think
Nope.
I'm done with food challenges. I'm like, I'm not built for it.
You don't finish anything, do you?
That's true. That's so true.
I've heard this.
Yes.
It's a rumor.
It's not a rumor, but it's
Okay,
true.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Truth is not rumor.
That's,
Yeah.
yeah.
Stemming
There have been
from something.
witnesses, yeah.
Yeah. We were talking earlier about the fact that I only ate half of the Fert Burger when I was here. Yeah.
So it's 10 patties. Did you get a picture of that by chance?
Oh, yeah. I
You
can
did?
send it to you.
So that's the record now.
Mhm.
So the challenge is out to anybody who can do 11. I'm gonna put that. I'm gonna get the picture. I'm
But
gonna
it is
share.
it's 11 plus all the
Yeah.
fixings. So
Yeah.
everything that we have in that kitchen goes on that burger.
And fries.
And fries.
And fries. I'm gonna have to get some skewers. Those knives not gonna make it.
Mm-mm.
You can
Jeez.
get like a what's it called, like a ninja sword.
Mm-hmm.
Pop it in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That sounds expensive. I'm gonna stick with the skewers.
Call it the non-TKG burger.
The non-TKG.
Aw.
I'm fine with
Hey,
that.
it's better
I'm
than-
fine with
Yeah.
not eating
He's
that
like, after as miserable as
much.
I was, yeah, no thanks.
No kidding.
Okay, so favorite part about owning ties.
Oh, being my own boss.
Yeah.
Definitely. I mean, and I love the service industry.
Yeah.
You know, yeah. I love the relationships that I form, you know.
Favorite part about working at ties.
Customer service.
Yeah.
I love people
Mm-hmm.
and just making everything right.
The
and
banter and the
have
chatter.
Just everything. Yeah. The whole
Yeah.
everything.
I work from home, so I don't get much of it. I do miss, like, the
Mm-hmm.
the water talk or the
Oh, the water cooler
water
talk.
cooler talk, yeah, and just conversing with people. And I've worked in retail before. I used to work in restaurants, and my favorite part was like meeting new people and talking to people.
Mm-hmm.
On the flip side, my thing I hated the most about it was dealing with assholes.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
that's the perk about owning
Yeah.
the places. You don't have to put up with that.
Yeah,
And I won't let anybody else that works here put it up with it either.
I used to work in
Yeah.
banking for a while, and just people
Oh.
would come in pissed off, like, my check bounced. Why did it bounce? I'm like,
You don't have any money in your
well,
account.
you wrote a check for more than in your account. That's how people bounce a check. I'm like, okay, that's just the honest truth. I'm like, why are you being snarky? I'm like, well, you asked me how you bounced a check, and I'm trying to tell you here.
Giving you facts, man.
Yeah.
Giving you facts.
So I'm too snarky to be cut out for the service industry anymore, unless I was my own boss. It'd be different. Yeah.
And
I
you
think
fit
the-
right in here then. Like
Oh,
yeah.
You'd be
Can I get like
fine here.
a
Oh, yeah.
1 day a week job?
Yeah.
Just-
you'd be
Standing
fine.
invitation. He can.
Oh, yes.
I can come
Swing
spend-
on in.
I come
yeah.
spend a day working here.
Oh, it'd be fun, yeah.
Can I work behind the bar, just hand people drinks?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That'd be fun.
That'd be fun. I don't even.
Oh,
I don't
actually,
even.
that is fun.
You've
don't
done
even-
that before, haven't you?
I was a bartender for a brief bit.
Yeah.
I've worked in restaurants for a long time. I used to be, an assistant manager, and I've served. I worked at McDonald's one
There you go.
morning. I did a
One
shift.
morning?
Yeah, one morning.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, just one morning.
Yeah, for
Yeah.
funsies.
It wasn't
That
a
was
real
enough.
job. Was not a real job. No. I did a thing with Station 8, and helped
I
them out
remember
one
when
morning.
you did that.
That was a long shift. I mean, they're like at 2 or 3 in the morning.
Oh,
What
yeah.
time do you guys
I'm
arrive
not.
here?
So my first employee gets here about 8:45.
That's
and
a little early for me.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
So and then she comes and kind of gets everything all
I'm
ready.
Okay.
the
and
last
my
one
guy
in.
that
You can
Okay.
come in on my
gets
shift.
here. There you go.
Let's do it one
yeah.
day. I'm gonna come work behind the bars. I just want to talk to customers.
You gotta let me know first, 'cause I gotta
Okay.
shift some stuff around, but we can totally make.
And
that
let
work.
me know, 'cause I'll come
You should
buy
come
a drink.
eat. Yeah, or
Yeah.
just get a drink.
Yeah,
Not
I'll
a
do
burger
both.
And then
anymore.
can I kick him out if he
Oh,
starts
yeah.
being unruly?
Oh, yeah.
You're
Yeah,
never
yeah.
welcome back.
Yeah.
That'd be a great post.
Yes.
That would be some great fodder. Yeah. We'll do
TKG
that.
perfect.
started getting on the table, started dancing, and I was
Yeah.
like, "What are you, 25?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
85.
Yeah, 85.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, any final words or last words to you, listeners, followers, fans of Ties?
Oh, well, just thanks for continuing to come in and support us, and we're happy that you're here.
And where can people find Ties Diner? We didn't cover that.
Oh gosh, yeah. So hey, we're at 928 West 2nd Street, and we are open from 11 to 2:30 on Tuesday.
And that's
through
the
Saturday.
That's near the corner of 2nd and Seneca.
Yeah.
just immediately east of there.
If you don't like to wait in line, I'd come right at 11 or after 1:30. And if
It's
you
a
don't
little
mind
bit of a line
line,
at 11.
that's true. That's true. But we get you in
Mhm.
quick.
Yeah.
But don't be. Don't let the line deter you. Or it's rarely
They
longer
move
than a
quick.
15
It
minute
moves
wait.
quick. I think I got here like at 10:55 one day, and we got in, got our food, and it was ready within 10 minutes. So
Yeah. No, we are
it's
quick.
a quick lunch stop.
Mm-hmm.
So I'd like to thank the both of y'all
Oh,
for
thanks for
hopping on this
having. Yeah, come
podcast.
on
It's
in.
fun.
Thank you guys.
I'll be back here working behind the bar one day.
Yes.
Just one day.
Just
That's all
one
I'm
day.
good
One
for.
shift.
One shift.
We should
yes.
throw him in on a Saturday.
Can't do